Hey guys, Sean here. Welcome to the F1 Word and to a roundup of some of the news stories that have caught my eye over the last week from the world of Formula One. Kicking us off then are Ferrari reports that they have effectively vetoed Red Bull's latest attempt to push through a change to next season's 3-engine limit rule. A rule that has already faced heavy criticism from many quarters as the engine penalties are already ridiculous as it is, absolutely beyond a joke, and even Ross Brawn of Liberty Media has referred to F1's engine penalties as an absolute farce. This season, of course, teams can use a maximum of 4 of each of the 6 major engine components over the course of the season without taking any penalty whatsoever. However, next year, this will be reduced to just 3. Now, according to sources at Autosport, Christian Horner brought it up with the strategy group before the Brazilian Grand Prix, hoping for unanimous support from the rest of the grid to keep the current 4-engine per season limit. However, it is understood that Ferrari stated they would not back the move as they have already devoted time and resources to help their engines deal with the extra mileage they would demand next season. You can kind of understand what Ferrari is saying there in their defense. You know, you spend a lot of money, you're sorting your engines out for next year. After all, it is like November. I mean, come on, you know, it's not like they've got a whole year to sort this out. The cars are going to get launched in February and tested as well. So it is a little bit late, really, in the day for Red Bull to be jumping like this. So with Ferrari taking that stance, the discussion basically ended before it really got going, as any change, of course, the rules would need the backing of every single team in the pit lane. As we all know, this is not the first time that Red Bull have tried to bring about change with regard to the new engine limit rules. Back in Monza, Christian Horner said, "I tried to get it changed at an earlier meeting in the year, but there was no support for it. I would hope that there would now be a different outcome, with teams staring down the barrel of further penalties between now and the end of the year." And just a week ago, world champion Lewis Hamilton poured even more criticism on the rule change, stating, "I don't like the idea of going to 3 engines. I think it sucks. We should be able to push more. Sprinting is what we're missing in Formula One." I could not agree more. I understand the need for cost cutting. I absolutely get that. And it is important that Formula One caps these costs as best they possibly can. But at the end of the day, it is massively affecting the racing we are getting. Now, we get Brazil, where you've got Ricciardo with engine penalties, Hamilton with engine penalties. Great to see them coming through the field. And without those two, it would probably been a pretty drab race. So, fast cars out of position give us great racing. But if the idea of cutting engines back to 3 is all about cost cutting, you have to argue how effective that's going to be. Because if you've got, say, for example, Toro Rosso Honda, as they will be next year, having to use 8 components over the course of the season, where are they realistically saving money? If teams can't build an engine that's reliable enough, or if the manufacturers can't build an engine that is reliable enough, and teams are having to change their engine 4, 5, 6 times in a season anyway, then nobody's saving any money. So, okay, yes, Ferrari will save a bit of money because their engine will be more reliable, and so will Mercedes. But say a Honda team or Renault, as we've seen with the back end of this season, where is the money actually being saved in this? So, I don't know, you know, the FIA, Liberty Media, they're pushing stuff like this through for cost cutting. I agree the costs need to be cut, but before they start with these 3-engine per season rules, they need to make sure they've decided what kind of penalties they're going to apply and sort out that farce that we have at the moment. On the subject of changes in F1, there's no doubt that at the moment Formula One faces regular criticism from fans over the lack of overtaking, team equality, and to be honest, pretty much the show in general. As I touched on there, if we didn't have Hamilton and Ricciardo out of position in Brazil, what really would we have had, aside from 2 first-lap incidents? So I think we can all agree that in terms of the spectacle, F1 needs some real change. However, top of the list of priorities for Liberty Media appears to be all about branding. Okay, possibly an exaggeration, probably not top of their list, but the logo is the last thing Liberty Media should be worrying about at the moment, but apparently not. 3 trademark applications registered with the European Union Intellectual Property reveal the potential changes Liberty Media want to push through. 3 designs that frankly look like utter and a couple of which look as though they've fallen from some kind of dodgy 1980s F1 attempt at a video game. If I had to pick a favourite out of the 3, and by had to, I mean, you know, gun to the head, I have no choice but to, I would probably pick the bottom one, but out of all of them, they're just awful, but whatever. If their priority is a rebranding of a logo that didn't need a rebrand, then that's absolutely fine, but, you know, I don't get it. I don't like any of those. I don't think many do. The backlash on social media has been pretty vocal as well. I've gone through quite a few comments and quite a few opinions on the new logo ideas, and I don't think I found any that are particularly positive. In an attempt to make the video a bit more news-based rather than opinions-based, the submissions have been made under the NICE classification for goods and services, which is recognised by the World Intellectual Property Office. The trademark applications are now being examined. God, would I love to be on that board. I really would. Nope, and no. An easy afternoon's work for sure for somebody. Of course, the current F1 logo, which has been completely safe from any change for many years now, features a black F and a white one with an accent of speed delivered by a red graphic. That's a fine description there, Sean. Absolutely perfect. And actually a little bit of a magic eye or mind-twisting logo, actually, because a lot of people didn't realise that the red in the logo isn't actually the one. It is the white thing next to the F. And it's, yeah, there you go. I knew that, and it turns out a lot of people didn't, but I'm sure you guys did because you are F1 fans. Earlier this week, it was announced that Toro Rosso will retain Brendan Hartley and Pierre Gasly for the 2018 season. The team, of course, has ended the year with Hartley and Gasly as its drivers after letting Carlos Sainz move to Renault, and dropping Daniel Kvyat not just from the team, but from the Red Bull programme. Toro Rosso team boss Franz Tost stated, "We are really happy to have Pierre and Brendan confirmed so early by Red Bull as our drivers for 2018. During this last part of the year, they've shown that they're ready for Formula One, getting to grips with the car quickly. We are looking forward to having a full year with them." Pierre Gasly said, "I'm super happy to race for Toro Rosso in 2018. I would like to thank all the people involved who helped me to get here. I'm really excited and super motivated to give it my all in Abu Dhabi and the whole of next year." Teammate Brendan Hartley said, "I'd like to thank Red Bull and Toro Rosso for believing in me and giving me this second chance. Dreams can come true. I'm now going to carry on working harder than ever in order to finish this busy end of season on a high and start the new year as strong as possible. Bring it." Oh yes, there you go. Of course, Pierre Gasly has made 4 starts for Toro Rosso this season. He did miss the US Grand Prix as he went off to contest Super Formula, that finale there, but that was all abandoned because of a typhoon. And that actually created the opportunity for Hartley to make his F1 debut. Hartley, of course, he was on the brink of joining IndyCar, according to rumours, before the chance to drive for Toro Rosso arose. And there you go, that's kind of how it's all happened. And of course, poor Daniel Kvyat, no drive for 2018 yet. He is in the Williams frame, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. It's probably the last time we will see Daniel Kvyat in Formula One, but it is Gasly and Hartley for 2018 for Toro Rosso. And finally, guys, Michael Schumacher's 2001 Ferrari is sold at auction for a mere $7.5 million. Not one of my finest purchases and definitely an impulse buy because at the minute it's just sat in the living room and just not really doing anything. So, you know, but if you believe that, you're as crazy as I am for saying it, frankly. A price which is believed to be a record for a modern Formula One car. Of course, the F2001 was one of the absolute stars during Ferrari's run of 5 drivers' titles and 6 constructors' championships between 1999 and 2004. And at the hands of Michael Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello, it absolutely dominated, even to the point that it was used for the first 2 races of the 2002 season. That is how good that car was. Rubens Barrichello was excellent as a number 2 to Michael Schumacher, as I've already touched on before in other videos, and Michael Schumacher took all 9 of Ferrari's race wins that season. 9. Okay, fair enough, not as dominant as some of the Mercedes cars we've seen over the last few years, but at the time, that car was massively, massively dominant. The F2001 was used in 20 Grand Prix, starting at the 2001 Australian Grand Prix, all the way up to the 2002 Brazilian Grand Prix. Over that period, the car won 10 Grand Prix, taking 13 pole positions, 19 podiums, leading 18 of the 20 Grand Prix, and of course secured a Drivers' and Constructors' Championship for Schumacher and Ferrari, respectively. And as if that car wasn't dominant enough, it was replaced by the F2002 in 2002, of course, from the Brazilian Grand Prix onwards. It went on to win 14 of the remaining 15 Grand Prix, Schumacher winning 10, Barrichello taking 4, and the B-spec version of the car even went on to win 1 of the opening 4 races of 2003 before being replaced itself. Ferrari really did know how to build a dominant car, didn't they, during the early noughties? They really did. Phenomenal cars. The F2004 as well, just as strong. But that is it, guys, for this news roundup. I will be back live tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. UK time to debate with you guys, hopefully, the proposed changes to the 2021 engine regulations. So feel free to come along, guys, and join in the debate. And of course, next weekend it is the season finale, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, where the fight for 6th in the constructors will finally be decided. Hey, we've got to find something. We've got to find something. Let's just hope for nothing on the line, gloves off, epic weekend in Abu Dhabi. As ever though, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Sean. This has been the F1 Word. And until next time, goodbye.